Mayor Jeff Schielke speaking to you on Friday, April 8th, 2022. And I was sitting here cogitating about what I was going to say today because it's been kind of a downer week for me. I pulled a ligament in my left leg and it's caused me a lot of pain, and the doctors put me on some medicine that at night times, sometimes it knocks me for a loop and sometimes it doesn't, and then I have to take more. I'm not complaining about my own self here, but it plus a number of other things that are going on really has made this not a real productive week for me in a lot of respects. But anyway, we'll get through it, and I hope that everybody involved will too, and will be on to the world around us. We certainly do have a lot of things happening in the world around us, and I want to begin today by just making note of a couple things that are going to happen this coming week. This coming Tuesday night at 7 p.m. the City Council is going to have its regular Committee of the Whole meeting, and this week we are going to be entertaining I don't know if that's the right word for it. We're going to be we have invited the members of the Batavia School Board down to have a kind of focus on the future of the community conversation about, I know they're getting ready to try to put together some plans for some school improvements, and the city's got some things that we're trying to do, so we thought it would be smart for us all to gather at the same room in the same building and just have some open and frank conversations about what we're doing, how we're doing it, how we're paying for it, and what we think the future reactions or needs for the community are going to be. So that will be coming. It's a meeting obviously open to the public, so if anybody is interested, this coming Tuesday night, the 12th at 7 p.m. at the City Council, that's where this conversation is going to take place, and I would invite you to come on down and listen to what's being said. One project that is kicking into full force of activity is what we call the Mahoney Creek project. Now, Mahoney Creek is basically on the east side of Batavia, and some of it starts over in our northeast side industrial park, and some of it starts in the subdivision south of Wilson Street. And for many years now, we've had some water problems on occasion because of Mahoney Creek. Water backs up, and we've had some go into basements, unfortunately, on a couple of occasions. So right now, we've just been able to secure some American Rescue Plan Act funding, and we're going to have the money to hopefully go into Mahoney Creek once and for all and kind of clean the thing up and get it into a very good working order. So we have the following press release, which I'm going to read to you because I think it tells in actuality what is really going to happen. As you are driving down Kirk Road these days, you may see work being done on the west side of the road between Wilson Street and Pine Street to clear trees and brush. This work is being done in support of the city's efforts to alleviate drainage concerns and flash flooding along Mahoney Creek's tributary and the Mahoney Creek mainstream. Once the area is cleared, the city will be installing detention structures that will hold back excess runoff from the Fermi Lab property to the east. The study and design of this project was funded through the City Council's budget allocated to alleviating drainage issues throughout the city. The construction of the basin will be funded through the ARPA, American Rescue Plan Fund Act funding made available to us. So that will be something that you probably will see quite a bit of activity. It will be coming down through the middle of Woodland Hills, and we'll go into the Johnson Woods subdivision, and then eventually we'll come down around the area of Cleveland Avenue and Redant Road, and then we'll make its way down across Forest Avenue and down into the intersection near Hart and Pine Street, and then eventually flow down and gets into the Fox River down near Funway. So that's where it finally drains to, but we're going to be doing some types of activities along significant portions of the area that I just have mentioned. So please keep that in mind. We have, it seems to be an endless stream of new businesses that are wanting to come and talk to us about moving into Batavia. I've already told you about the Culver's restaurant that's preparing to be constructed right to the south of the new carpet store, Douglas Flooring, at the corner of Mill Street and Randall Road. And now we're about, I think they have another restaurant going to be announcing that they want to build in the parking lot directly in front of the Jewel in the area that's on the nearest to Randall Road. And that's going to be built hopefully this year. They've still got to go through some plan commission hearings and whatever have you. But I'm told their specialty is going to be chicken. And chicken seems to be a real popular thing on Randall Road in Batavia, but I guess we're not done with it. We're apparently going to have some more chicken opportunities out there in the very near future. We also have a fairly large-sized new residential subdivision that's being proposed to be built out on McKee Street, just to the west of Trent and Wolcott Drives. And it's going to be single-family homes, and I believe there's 163. And it's being built by a very reputable developer who we've been working on with all their engineering plans and whatever have you, so you probably will be seeing quite a bit of construction there. And we've also had some other folks talking to us about building further things on that far west side of Batavia, so we'll see how it all comes together as the year progresses on. I am very, very pleased that the city continues to have all this activity, because when I go talk to some of my fellow mayors in other parts of the region, they don't have this, and some of them are really starting to suffer financially as far as their ability to pay for things, and even looking at cutting back on sizes of city staffs and whatever have you. And in Batavia, we seem to be keeping our head above water okay, so I guess I'm pleased by that. The one thing I guess I would like to make mention of before I end this one is that there's been quite a bit of publicity on Chicago TV the last few days about supposedly Batavia and St. Charles are involved in a discussion about bags and charging for bags. And this has caused a lot of questions that I don't really have all the answers for. I guess there's been some discussions at the Batavia Environmental Commission, but I've suggested to the city administrator today that we need to have the Batavia Environmental Commission come down and meet face-to-face with the city council in one of our committee of the whole meetings in their term, and have out some information and understanding about what it is we're trying to do here. Apparently there's some effort to want to charge for bags with hope that that will stop people from dropping empty bags and whatever around the area. The one call I've gotten from folks that are concerned about this is that most people tell me that when they walk their dogs, and we have a large number of dogs in Batavia now, that they are being respectful to their neighbors, and they go around with a little plastic bag of some sort and pick up all the dog discharge that the dog may do on the neighbor's lawn. And there's some concern that somehow this bag idea may impair or hinder those ability to find those plastic bags that you use for that purpose. So that's just one of it's probably a very minor issue in the overall content of the thing, but that's the one that's got some of the members of the city council asking me what it is we think we're doing and how we're going to do it. So that one will continue to be of strong conversation by the city council and myself in the days ahead. We are not lacking for things to do here. Our staff is extremely busy. We have a lot of people coming in with different requests, wants, everybody wanting to be part of the community in a positive nature. And I guess I'm very, very pleased, because many people tell me that the reason they're here is, number one, the quality of the school system. Secondly, the perceptions of safety and fairness and equal opportunity that have been a historical presence in Batavia from the very beginning. And another one that's kind of added to the list in recent years has been the quality of medical facilities that are available. And it's very common for people to point out to me now that when you're in Batavia, you've got Copley and Mercy Center hospitals to the south, you've got Delnor Hospital right smack dab on Randall Road in the center of Geneva, and you've got the Northwestern DuPage Hospital and downtown Winfield all nearby. And so we got plenty of places to go, plenty of places for specialists to hang out, and the whole presence about medical treatment and abilities to do stuff, I think, is very, very much a part of the Batavia thing. And having had been this problem with my leg in the last few weeks, and having other dear friends that have had medical issues recently, I get very much aware of how important it is to have a very strong medical community around us. And that seems to be, number one, a true blessing that Batavia has, and secondly, it seems to be a very strong asset that the community has in attracting new people that want to move into the community or build a house here or whatever. So things are very vibrant in Batavia right now. I'm hoping that we keep them that way, and I will look forward to talking to you again next week. Have a good week.